Alright guys, so today we're in for a treat. I decided that I want to do something far out, something less like me, something I'm being challenged with. I'm going to share with you guys, okay? So now what my challenge is Vidic astrology. Because it's Eastern astrology and the structure of it is different. And it's weird, and it makes me feel insignificant, like I don't really have a responsibility. So I'm gonna break down my chart in Vedic astrology because it's fun. So here we go. Okay, so my rising in Vedic is Taurus. My rising in normal is Gemini. So Taurus and Gemini, how do they have any significance? Well, let's see. So Taurus is very patient. Gemini is not patient at all. Moving on. My sun, it says that my sun is in Libra. My sun's in Libra, but my sun is in Scorpio. So, but in Vedic, my sun is in Libra. So, Scorpio and Libra. Scorpio goes really deep. Libra is really deeply introspective. So those kind of fit pretty well. So that kind of fits a little bit. I'm trying to look at myself and be like, okay, this is how I associate this with me. So with Libra, I kind of get how that would associate with me. You guys can post in the comments below what you think. Okay? But yeah, so it says my sun's in Libra. It says that my moon is in Cancer. My Western astrology moon is in Leo. So how do Cancer and Leo associate? Cancer is literally the most emotionally available sign in the zodiac. Leo is not available emotionally, unless you're praising them, you know, unless they're praising you because you're with them. So, how would that associate with me? Okay, Mars in Pisces. My Mars is in Aries. I sort of feel like Pisces and Aries have this camaraderie together. Like, Aries knows I have the best everything. Pisces knows I am everyone. So, they kind of accumulate with each other pretty well, in my eyes, in my opinion. So I feel like they kind of match up, you know? Mercury, it says my Mercury is in Virgo. My Mercury is in Libra. Libra and Virgo. Okay, so Libra is obviously extremely analytical, but not as analytical as Virgo. So I'm not really sure how Mercury would accumulate into Virgo and Libra together. I'm not sure how they match up. Because Virgo gets shit done more so than Libra does. And they're analytical. So that's different. It says my Jupiter would be in Taurus. Remember guys, we're talking about Vedic astrology. So Vedic astrology, my Jupiter is in Taurus. My Jupiter in Western astrology is in Gemini. Once again, we have the whole Taurus thing. My Jupiter and rising are in Gemini, but we have Taurus there instead. Taurus is very steadfast. Gemini is very steadfast with their words. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I suppose they do have steadfastness in common in different elements. Even though one is mutable and the other's fixed. Something to think about. Okay, my Venus is in Libra, but on here my Venus is in Virgo. Libra and Virgo. Once again, we all know Virgo doesn't really have that much aggression. but Libra does, you know. But once again, Virgo has a lot of aggression when understanding people, when breaking things down bit by bit, right? So they kind of identify with each other on that level, which is kind of interesting. My Saturn is still in Sagittarius. We all know Sagittarius is like the teacher. So at work, I have a tendency to be preachy. So here I am talking to you guys, whom I love. You guys are amazing. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to cut this video now. But yeah, so the only sign that is not topsy-turvy and feminine is my Saturn. My Saturn's still in Sagittarius. And my Sun's topsy-turvy, and everything else is topsy-turvy, but that's pretty interesting. So yeah, if you look at your Vidic chart, more than likely, all of your signs are going to be the opposite of what they are now. So be aware of that. You do have other energies inside of you, but it's just a matter of opinion. We live in a world that isn't necessarily perfect, okay? It's ruled by Aquarius right now. We're living in the age of Aquarius. So accept that as a fact and just break down what you can and use what you can, and whatever you can't use, throw it out. Don't be embarrassed, because I'm not. Since I'm not in Eastern America, I'm not going to use Eastern astrology as much as I would use Western astrology. As much as I respect Eastern astrology, I'm not going to turn around and change my life for Eastern astrology, you know? I love both, but what I am accustomed to is Western, okay? If you guys want me to do more Vedic astrology stuff, let me know. But I'm going to stick to Western more so that we can really learn about who we are. Now, if you were in the East Coast, you know, in East America or East Coast, you know, far East Coast, no America anyways. But if you were out there, then you would be studying something completely different. And you would have to learn a bunch of stuff, and then you'd be able to function better. But here, we have a certain way of things going. And it really bugs me to hear a lot of people say stuff like, oh, my Vedic astrology is like this. Bro, please don't confuse yourself. Just stay with what you're comfortable with. Don't try to learn too many languages at once. Just learn what you can and be happy. Because that's all I want for you to do. Is just be happy, you know. Because it's really important to me. God, I just want you guys to understand that. And thank you so much. And blessings.